Hey guys, welcome back. For today's video, I wanted to show you my everyday makeup routine for spring using a bunch of products that I picked out for my caboodle or my everyday makeup collection. I will go ahead and link that video in case you missed it or in case you're interested. Usually it takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to do this entire routine. When I really go all out with my makeup, I take about an hour, sometimes an hour and a half. I just get really into it, and makeup is like therapy for me. But for an everyday makeup look, I do try to keep it to 15 to 20 minutes, maybe 10 if I'm really in a rush. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in a little bit closer and let's just go ahead and get started. So I already went in with my entire morning skincare routine a few hours ago. I also applied sunscreen, which I never ever skip out on. So the one that I keep using is the Can Make Tokyo Mermaid Gel. I will go ahead and link that in the description box below, but that one is just my all-time favorite sunscreen at the moment, and it just never fails. When I go over top of it with makeup, it does kind of work like a makeup primer, so sometimes I don't even feel the need to go in with an actual primer. But today I'm feeling a little bit oily in my T-zone, so I am going to be using more of a mattifying primer. I'm going to be using the Hello Fab Pores Be Gone matte primer. So I like to go in with just a small amount right down my T-zone, and I always start it right here on the sides of my nose, and I bring it down to my cheeks. I love the consistency of this primer because it is more of like a gel lotion. It doesn't have that super intense silicone feel, which I personally don't love primers like that. I tend to prefer more gel lotion consistency because it just goes over top of my skincare routine so nicely. So I let that sit for a couple of minutes on my skin, and I'm gonna go ahead and mix up my foundation. I am gonna be using two because I haven't actually done this foundation combination in a while, but I used to do it all the time, and I love the finish of these two mixed together. I'm going to be mixing my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade 128 Warm Nude. This has just been one of my go-to foundations lately, but I used to mix in the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth all the time. Like I said, I just haven't done that in a while. So I usually do more of the Matte and Poreless, and then I mix in just a little drop of the Dewy and Smooth because I don't want to make it too dewy. And I know they sell pumps for these foundations on Amazon, and I'm definitely gonna have to purchase those soon because it is kind of annoying that these don't have a pump. So I poured out way too much of each foundation, again because they don't have a pump. So I'm gonna have a ton of foundation left over, but here they are on my palette, and oh, yep. I'm not gonna hold it up for too long, but that is the Matte and Poreless, and then there is the Dewy and Smooth. And I'm gonna blend this in with this Real Techniques foundation brush, but I am gonna go in with a sponge afterwards just to really make sure that it's well blended. Okay, I have way too much foundation on this brush. Oh man. So now I'm gonna go in with my Wet n Wild sponge because I did go in with a little too much, and this just picks up any excess. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 15 Light. I am going to mix a little bit of the shade 20 Sand just to get my perfect match. This concealer does pair so nicely with the Fit Me foundations, of course, because they are from the same line. So that is the shade 20 Sand, and I'm gonna add 15 Light right over top. I have been trying to go in with way less concealer than I normally do because I don't think I need that much. I've been watching a lot of Robert Welch's videos, and he is such an amazing makeup artist. So informative. I always learn something when I watch his videos. If you can hear that, that is my garage. It's right underneath my room, so don't mind that. So this concealer isn't necessarily full coverage, but I really like the way it looks, especially underneath my eyes. It's just so lightweight, and just looks so smooth on my skin. So when I'm in a rush, I do prefer going in with a pressed powder. If I have a little bit more time, I will go in with a loose setting powder. But for today, I'm going to be using my Milani Conceal and Perfect Shine Proof Powder in the shade For Natural. It does have like a light medium warm tone to it, so it does match me pretty well. I'm taking that on a Sigma large powder brush. This is the F30 brush. I'm just gonna go ahead and set my entire face. I'm just going in with a light amount. I don't feel like I need too much powder, so I'm gonna set underneath my eyes as well, but I'm just going in with a really small amount. I'm also taking a tiny bit right over the lids, since I did use concealer for my eyeshadow base. So I'm gonna quickly do my brows off camera just to save some time, but I'm just gonna be using my LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil in the shade Blackest Brown, and I'm gonna set them in place with my Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Gel in the shade Grind. So I'm gonna do that off camera and I will be right back. So I'm gonna be going in with my Colourpop Going Coconuts palette. Such a beautiful neutral palette, and I really like pairing this with the Catrice x Eman Bronzed AF palette. I just feel like these two palettes go so well together. They really complement each other, and I can do so many different looks with these. So I'm gonna first dip into the Going Coconuts palette, and I'm just gonna mix these two shades, Lovely Bunch and Shell Yeah. I'm gonna mix both of those and apply them with a fluffy blending brush. So I'm just gonna take that right into the crease. And I am building it up a little bit more right on the outer corners of the eyes. And then I'm going to take this Real Techniques base shadow brush, and I'm dipping into those two shades again and applying those right onto the lower lash line. If I'm really in a rush, I do go in with just bronzer. It's super quick and easy, and I can just throw on like a shimmery shade on the lid and apply mascara and I'm good to go. But if I have a little extra time, I do like to go in with some more matte shades. Now I'm going into the Bronzed AF palette, and I'm taking the shade Malibu and I'm applying that all over the lid with that same base shadow brush from Real Techniques. I think I'm gonna do mascara until I set my face with a setting mist. So for now, I'm gonna move on to the rest of the face. For bronzer, I'm gonna be using my Maybelline City Bronzer in the shade 200. I love this because it is the perfect shade for me and it's just super easy to blend. And I'm applying this with my e.l.f. stipple brush. I really love the scent of this bronzer as well. I feel like you don't even need to be that precise with this bronzer because it just blends out so easily. For blush, I'm taking the Essence Satin Touch blush in the shade Satin Love. I know I've used this in a few videos now, but I just can't help myself. It's just such a good little affordable blush. So this is just like the perfect mauvey pinky shade, and yeah, I think it goes really well with this look. So I'm gonna go ahead and mist my face with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. I've really been liking this to tone down the look of powder, and it just feels nice and refreshing on my skin. So I'm just gonna go in with a light amount. I don't wanna make myself look too glowy or shiny. For highlighter, I'm taking the Essence Glow to Go Highlighter Palette in the shade Sunkissed Glow. I'm gonna be mixing the pink, the gold, and then that last shade over here. I love the finish of these highlighters because they look kind of glossy. They don't look shimmery. And sometimes when I do use more of a glowy blush, I don't even feel the need to go in with a highlighter, but I just love highlighter anyway, so I usually go in with even just a little bit. I just love how highlighter really brightens up your face. And I'm going to take that highlighter right onto the inner corners of the eyes. Down the center of the lid. See how it just adds a little bit more dimension? Okay, and now I'm going in with mascara. I like to apply my mascara after I've already set my face with setting spray, because sometimes setting sprays can make your mascara transfer, so I do like to wait until after that. And I'm going to be using the Bambi Eye Mascara from L'Oreal. I've really been liking this one because it doesn't flake or smudge on me, and I really like how separated it makes my lashes look. I'm just going to apply a couple of coats of that. Okay, so mascara is done. I did also go ahead and tightline with my Milani Stay Put eyeliner in the shade Semi Sweet, which is a dark brown. And all that's left now is the lips. I think I just want to do a gloss today. That's usually what I do when I'm heading out the door, and I just take it in my purse and I can just touch up throughout the day. So I'm going to be going in with my Milani Ludicrous lip gloss in the shade She's All That. I did talk about this lip gloss in my What's in My Caboodle video, but I did have the shade 200 whatever, and that one is just a little bit deeper than this one. It's just the perfect peachy gloss. It does have kind of a gold shimmer to it, but the shimmer in these lip glosses isn't chunky. It's just a really fine shimmer. I kind of want to deepen this up just a little bit, so I'm going to take some of the shade 200 whatever. Alright, so here's the completed makeup look. I really like how simple this look is, but it does look like I put in a lot more effort than I really did. So that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this everyday makeup look. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!